Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tech Talk. With me tonight is Jonathan Cheng, our resident tech expert. We also have Bernie, and off screen, but he's here, giving a thumbs up, is Jeffrey Chan. So this discussion tonight is a little bit like a sequel, a follow-up to what we talked about last time. If you remember last time, we sort of teased a little bit about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold2. So we're gonna actually dive into that in more detail tonight because they've just made their big announcement. And we'll also be talking about the Geforce RTX 30 series graphics cards, which also had the announcement recently.
Yep, that's correct.
So why don't we kick off with some highlights for the Galaxy Z Fold2.
Checking out the highlights of that event.
All right, let's play this now.
Today, we're excited to share more about the unique experiences it unfolds. Transform the way we use our smartphones. Screen-to-screen transitions. The transition is so smooth. Another is a fully hands-free experience called Flex Mode. Flex Mode transforms your everyday experiences. The Z Fold2 also helps you get the best possible video footage. Now you can use the high-res cameras on the back of the Z Fold2 to shoot a selfie. With the Z Fold2, you can even use both screens at the same time. We even optimize the UI, so you can resize and reconfigure the windows. You can create a shortcut that launches them all at once.
With our device, our user can enjoy a truly unique experience.
I think foldables represent the future of the mobile category. It's a form factor that can revolutionize all the stuff you do in your daily life.
It's never been easier to stay connected. From one experience to another, get full details at a glance. That's the beauty of the Z Fold2. Z Fold2 in multiple colors and custom hinge options. Can be yours on September 18th. Galaxy Z Premier Service. Unlock unique experiences. Tom Brown Edition will launch from September 25th. It's truly limited. You don't want to miss it. And the Galaxy Z Fold2 unlocks entirely new experiences.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yep, so the whole event was like 25 minutes or so.
All right, so they had this they had the highlights, and then they also had the 25-minute thing.
Yeah, the proper full announcement. So Jeff, we could look at the website.
Right.
Yep. So pre-orders start on the 9th.
9th. Oh, that's hang on.
What you do? Press the X button.
I believe there's a special discount too on if you pre-order, isn't it?
Yep, there we go. That looks good.
Wow, looks amazing.
So it says folded is a phone, unfolded it becomes a tablet.
Tablet.
Yeah.
Is that why they call it the Fold?
Yeah,
or
the Fold.
The Flex? The Fold?
The Fold, yes.
The Fold. I mean, this is not the first. I mean, obviously, it's not the first Fold because it's called.
It's not not the first iteration. Yep, but it does look good, multiple colors. And Jeff, you can scroll through it a bit slower so I could look at it.
There's a lot to go through, actually.
Yeah, there.
Interesting.
There is.
Yeah, interesting website.
With the three design, the camera lenses with the three in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. So it can do a selfie, but in terms of the design, I'm just wondering why they have a little camera on the inside and a little camera on the outside one as well. You could just use the 3 big ones on the back for like the selfies as well.
Yeah.
So they're smaller other cameras. You probably won't use it if they did have it, because you get a lot better photos from the rear cameras.
Yeah, the high quality from the rear cameras, yeah.
So how many cameras altogether? Three
5?
at the back, is it?
Yeah, 3 big ones at the back,
And then
1 on the inside, and 1 hole punch on the screen on the outside as well.
the other back.
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, it's hard to say which is front and which is back, isn't it? Because you can use both sides.
so it's 3 sets of cameras.
But the main ones are the 3 at the front, at the back.
3 at the rear.
Outside,
Yeah.
outside, yeah.
Outside.
And those ones are practically the same as the ones in the Note series. And the price, like we're looking at some of the prices now as well. The price in US dollars is $1,999, like $2,000 US.
Wow. Actually,
So,
just now in the video, there was some limited edition that went for 3,000 something.
oh,
That's
wow.
the Tom Brown edition.
Tom Brown. Who's
That-
Tom Brown?
That's even more limited edition.
Limited to what? Did I say like 3,000 or something?
I think that was 500
So-
units. Yeah.
Oh, 500.
Yeah, so not many of those ones, so that's even more limited.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a bit too ridiculous in price.
But the standard one, so it's not too much more than the Samsung S20 then. Yeah.
It's
I mean,
definitely
it's
a lot more because we're looking at the US prices.
Yeah.
So in terms of the Australian price, I did actually ask about it. It will be released for $2,999 Australian.
Wow.
Meaning
3,999.
it's $3,000.
Oh, 2,999, 3,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And do we also get the pre-order same time?
Yeah.
September 9th?
September the 9th.
Wow. So the question is, will you actually be getting one?
That would be a definite no on my end.
So you don't reckon it's worth the price for what you get? Or is that why? Or
It's definitely not worth it right now. It's definitely an improvement in the iteration and generational use. But until the ecosystem is there for the multi-screen use, and until more apps are enabled for that use, it's not really useful.
because the functionality is there, right? In the video we saw just now, I saw people using 4 screens at the same time.
Yeah, but effectively you could do the same thing with the tablets already.
Oh, okay.
So you could have like
Like Asus Transform.
4 apps, 3 apps working all together at once, or even like multi-window apps you could do on a regular tablet already. But what isn't enabled by default in other ones is that's changing between the front to the back seamlessly.
Right.
So that works quite well for certain apps, which is being released on the Z Fold2. But not every app would work the same way for that.
Does the $199 include those earbuds in the watch?
If you get a Tom Brown edition, yes. Regular one, no.
Oh, okay. Cost extra.
Yeah, it costs extra.
Fair enough.
Yep. So Premiere
guess-
service is like their service warranties. So if there's any damage, yeah.
Oh, free servicing, like a car. Oh no.
Yeah, but effectively it's another payment. It's like you practically buy a warranty, additional warranty.
Oh, yeah, the payment. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I guess the
So,
other advantage over the tablet, it's more portable. Like it
Yeah, you
folds
can
up
fold it. Yeah.
into a phone, so it's more portable, I guess.
Hmm.
And then when make it a full tablet screen, you can
Yeah.
actually, when you unfold it, you can use that whole screen as one screen, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's correct.
it looks so good. Yeah.
Or you
And
can
since
also.
and since the hinge could be like in multiple positions,
Yeah.
that is like really good. You could like prop it up onto a table, and you don't have to worry about it like just going plop.
Yeah. Good
Which is
for
which is
games.
something that the first generation did not have.
Okay.
So that one did fold, but once you get to a certain part, it just like clamp.
Oh.
So it's either fully open or fully closed. There's not really much in between.
Right.
And the
Okay.
reason why they put the Z in there is that multi-angle one was actually in the Galaxy Z Flip,
Hmm.
which was their smaller one. So that one was also multi-angled. It's a similar hinge.
So how many phones have there been in the Z series? 3 so far. There's a flip. You said flip, right? Flip and then fold. And
Yeah,
then fold
only
2.
one.
Okay.
So it's Galaxy Fold. That was the original. Galaxy Z Flip was the second one, which was a small one.
And then okay.
But it
Galaxy
seems
Z
like
Fold.
they blended the two together, so it's Galaxy Z Fold2.
I see. Okay.
So it's a combination of the Fold, the original, and the Galaxy Z Flip.
Yep.
The flip.
Hence the name. They
Hence the
practically
name.
got both technologies together.
But when you open it up all the way, I think you can't really see the fold, right? If you open it up. See, from the screenshot, it looks like, it's seamless.
Seamless. It's like a line.
Yeah.
Well, it's not exactly seamless. If you look at it officially, you'll see a bit of like a
Like a line.
color difference.
Yeah.
And if you look close enough, you'll actually see like where the line actually is, or the mid-center.
The meeting point. Yeah.
But it's not too bad, actually.
Mhm.
If you're looking at content from like a certain distance, should be quite fine.
Mhm.
What about, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the display, refresh rate, all that kind of stuff, refresh rate. Yeah.
Refresh rate and display, they practically got it from the Note 20 series as well. So it's the highest rated Gorilla Glass for the outside panel. And effectively the same camera modules. It also has the 120 hertz refresh rate.
Right. 120.
And at the highest resolution possible, which is 1440p 2K.
Okay.
So it's probably one of the best, probably one of the highest displays in a tablet right now for that. So this thing, the Z Fold 2, they've just pulled no punches. You get everything. The inside panel though, it's a completely new one, which they developed, and it's also a Gorilla Glass as well, but it's codenamed Victus.
Victus.
So the Victus is really solid. We'll see how it performs later. We're not too sure yet. Until we see a scratch test of this thing, I cannot tell if it will hold up. Because of previous foldable displays were easily scratched with even just a fingernail.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
which did not look good, which affected both the original Z Fold. I mean, the original Fold and the Z Flip. It also affected Huawei's version of their foldable as well.
So I guess it's a problem common to all these foldable phones.
Yep, but we'll see how it goes once it's released.
Yep.
And when proper tests are done on it.
What about the performance? As in, like the processor. Is it the Snapdragon again? Snapdragon.
Well, depending on the region,
Yep.
they're either getting the Samsung Exynos processor, the fastest one, or the Snapdragon 865 Plus.
Okay, so again, different depending on where you are.
Yep.
Basically, it's a
Well, hopefully it's the
Snapdragon.
Snapdragon 865 Plus, because we don't tend to like the performance of Samsung's own one.
Can't go wrong with Snapdragon. Just,
Just go Snapdragon.
I think so.
How about the memory?
The storage space.
RAM.
RAM.
Memory, 12 gigs of RAM, storage, 256 or 512.
Okay, 256 is the minimum. Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Is there a space for put in a external memory card? External SD card or something?
This one, no.
No, internal. Okay.
Yep, all internal, but still you get a humongous amount of storage, so you don't really need it.
Yeah, that's true.
But I was actually hoping for a bigger battery.
Oh.
But this one has a dual battery, but together it's 4,500 milliamp hours.
4,500.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much how many hours does that equate to?
It's still quite a lot depending on how much time you use it. Depending on usage.
Yeah, depending on whether you use the 120 hertz refresh rate or not, right?
Yeah, that too. If you put it on the lowest refresh rate, it will probably last about a day, 2 days, approximately, depending on how long you actually use it per day.
Yeah.
Like, there's some places which actually quote the amounts of hours it runs, but I never trust it. Every time I take a phone, which they say lasts this amount of hours, it doesn't last that much for me.
Well,
there's some like all-day phones which don't last for me. But I guess I'm a heavy user, so...
Yeah, that's right. So those numbers, I reckon they should always say, based on like minimal...
Based on usage.
Usage, yeah.
It's an average user.
Yeah. Apparently an average user would use their phone about 3 to 4 hours a day. And approximately like 300 unlocks of the phone. Which is ridiculous, but yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking that the flex mode, that will come really handy, because what it means is you can have the whole screen and then have the other screen for controls.
Yep.
Sort of like say you are doing a voice call with somebody, but just like that.
Yeah, that is helpful, but depending on the app, it may or may not be supported.
Right.
So, yep, Samsung's one, of course, is supported because they created for it, but third-party apps may not be able to do that functionality.
Right. Yeah, because what I have in mind is, it feels like something like a laptop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It opens up like a laptop, and then so it's like you have the screen, and then you've got the other side where you can just type stuff or push buttons.
Which sort of makes sense as to why there is a small camera on the inside of the device.
Yeah, like for a webcam, right? Something like that.
Yeah, like a webcam. But the additional one on the other side, I don't think there's much use of that one. Unless you're doing a selfie, just holding it like that.
Hmm.
Because on the other side as well, you could like have the whole screen open, and the back 3 cameras can be that big selfie camera.
Yeah, that's true.
But the good thing about photos as well is if you're taking a photo on the tablet end,
You can edit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Effectively on the other side, the other screen on the other side could be on as well. So all screens could be on at once. So the people who you're taking the photo of could actually see you actively taking the photo. So they know
Right.
what it looks like when you're taking the photo.
Yeah. Wow, that's it's kind of funny.
Yeah, but it's actually a good idea.
I guess it could be one good use. Obviously there'll be a lot of multitasking possibilities,
Yeah.
but you could have a video conference meeting on the top screen, and then on the bottom screen you can type up your minutes, type up some notes.
Yeah.
During the
That's
meeting,
right.
it'd be easy to type,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why this has been mostly for productivity. Like the Notes series is meant to be for productivity.
Hmm.
So this one is going off that as well. So in a way, Samsung tends to have one of the most productivity-based devices out there.
Yeah, it almost sounds like a very mini laptop to me.
Yep.
Like potentially, right? Potentially it could be something like that.
Yeah, I think the same thing as well. A mini laptop.
Yeah, a very portable laptop. Well, I guess what Jono was saying, right? As long as they have the apps that support it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I guess it does look very promising. Would you say this is the best foldable phone out there right now?
Currently, yes. It's probably one of the better looking ones right now as well.
It's difficult, very slick design.
Yeah. Compared to some other ones, this is probably one of the best ones. I've seen some other ones like Royale FlexPad looks absolutely not good. Well, that one breaks even easier. But yeah, it's a really interesting thing to look at because a lot of other companies are working on a foldable device. So once there's more competition, maybe the prices will go down.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
Good for us, good for the consumers too.
But right now, it sounds like Samsung's the only major player out there.
Yeah, the only one which actually has a full screen on the inside. Microsoft does have one as well, but it's not a full screen.
Yeah.
It's practically 2 separate screens.
Okay.
And that's the Microsoft, it's called the Duet.
Duet.
Yeah. But yeah, that's 2 different screens.
2 different screens. So yeah, okay.
You can't combine it to be one screen.
Yeah.
Like this one.
Well, effectively you can, but it does not look good. Oh, Surface Duo, I was close.
Oh, what's this video? Oh, the Mystic Bronze. Right, so that's the bronze. I guess there's another one, right? It's the black as well.
Yep. So maybe since the Mystic Bronze is the Samsung exclusive color for the new series.
I see.
So Jeff, maybe you could share this one as well. Just quickly, like just have a look at it since we just mentioned it a bit.
Right, is this a Microsoft one?
Yeah,
Microsoft
Yes,
the
foldable.
Duo. So just share that for a little quick amount.
Which one?
The last link I just gave up.
Microsoft
Get it in the chat. The chat.
Surface Duo.
Surface
Yep, so this is what I'm talking about. This is also Android,
Yeah, it's
but
not quite the
it's
same though.
it's definitely not the same because it's two separate screens.
Oh,
Well,
definitely aligned.
It's like two tablets stuck together.
Are you saying the left and the right are separate?
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
but as well, this one does not look as good. And the price of that one tends to be more expensive as well.
Oh, this one's not out yet either. It says pre-order.
It's not as expensive as the Fold, but it's still 1,500 USD.
Oh,
But the reason why I call it expensive is because even though it's a new device, it's using the Snapdragon 8. It's the older series. It's using last year's flagship processor.
yeah, so it's not cutting edge.
Yeah.
Snapdragon.
It's not the 865, it's the 855. So it's definitely not the cutting edge. Definitely not the most recent. Plus the bezels on the top and bottom look completely ugly. Like going back to old style, like what the heck?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
That just doesn't look as
Definitely
stylish.
does not look as stylish at all good.
Hello? You ready?
Wow.
Actually, it sort of look like it's one screen at some points where
When it's going to the gallery.
scroller.
Yeah. But you'll still have the line in between.
The thick black
okay,
line.
okay.
Yeah.
The line, yeah.
Mechanical.
So that is similar to having like 2 or 3 screens, like side by side. You'll always have that center line in between both screens or 3 screens, which can look not as good. But over time, people get used to it. But still, it's at this time, and the bezels at the top and bottom, it doesn't look new. And considering that it uses last year's flagship processor, I cannot easily recommend it. And as well, it's not a foldable display. It's a folding phone, but not a foldable display.
Yep.
It's practically cheating.
Cheating. It's just two screens put together.
Oh, yeah. It's just two phones, basically.
It's practically two screens put together. Like, yeah.
All right. So I guess if someone really, really wants to have a foldable phone, I guess you would recommend the Galaxy Z Fold2, I guess.
Well, if you want it to look like new and modern, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But the Duo would definitely be more. It will definitely be much stronger because it's using a much stronger glass on the inside.
Yep.
Because foldable display screen technology still hasn't advanced too far, which is why a lot of them still can scratch really easily.
Yep.
So until we see like the vulnerability in how well it actually works under pressure, we will find out soon for the Victus.
All right. Well, it's September 9.
Yeah,
pre-order.
we'll see stress tests of the device soon.
Yeah.
They'll put the devices to the limit. Scratch testing, damage testing, drop testing, everything.
Yeah, drop testing. Yeah.
Drop it.
Shock test.
Crash it. Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
Right.
Yep.
All right. I think we've covered everything we want to cover for the Z Fold2.
Yep.
Maybe we can switch gears now and talk about the other topic, which is the graphic card, right? The GTX.
The RTX.
Sorry, the
30 series.
The Geforce RTX 30 series graphics cards.
Yep.
So do we have a video or something? Yeah. So yeah, this is the YouTube one, right? RTX 30 series preview.
Yep.
All right. So that video came out September 1st.
Yep.
So just recent, right?
Really recent.
Really recent.
Practically the same time as the Galaxy Unpacked announcement September 1st as well.
Yep. So what makes this exciting? I mean, obviously from the video, it looks like it's the next
It's the next
evolution.
generation, yes, but it's also one of the biggest leaps ever in graphics cards improvement.
So I guess if you wanted to, for someone who's not really up to, what makes a graphics card powerful, when you talk about leap, what are you really talking about?
What I mean by leap is generational. Normally, you only get like a slight improvement between generations. Like between the GTX 1080 to the RTX 2080, there wasn't a humongous, massive difference in performance. But this new type, the Ampere graphics, is what we actually call it. The performance has improved almost more than double from the 2080 series or the 20 series.
Right. It's a big improvement. Yeah,
it's double. A massive improvement. This sort of massive difference has happened before, but it was with really, really old graphics cards. So, yeah, everyone who has been doing a review on it so far, like Linus Tech Tips, one of the people which I look at quite a lot for their reviews, practically said, "What is Nvidia thinking?"
Well, I see. Are they out of their minds?
Are they out of their minds? This is ridiculous. They just push too much performance so quickly.
So I guess when we keep talking about performance, are you talking about RAM or the
not just RAM, the actual
speed?
Processing in the VRAM.
Yeah.
So you don't have a lot of, let's say, teraflops, this and that. Right now, it no longer matters. This thing just outperforms almost everything it can.
Right.
Yeah. So I did share like another website. So Jeff, you could share up that website for the info for the graphics cards.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, like I guess it's a huge benefit for certain gamers, right? Like open world gamers
rejoice, yes.
Especially for open world gamers, they'll experience a big difference.
Yep. But from what we've looked at so far, they released this graphics cards to compete against the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
So it's like challenging them, like, okay, the Xbox Series X and PS5 just one-upped us, so let's one-up them even better. RTX 30 series. Over performance.
So on the screen, you see a lot of specs there. It talks about up to 24 gigabytes of blazing fast 6
GDDR6 memory.
GDDR6 VRAM.
Which is a ridiculous amount. But here's the thing about this as well. If we consider the previous generation, the RTX 2080, if you look at the Geforce RTX 3070, the price?
Yeah, is it gone up by double?
It has not.
It has not.
Yeah. In terms of what it is, like right now.
Oh, actually, hang on. You're going to stop the screen. $699, it says.
Yep. Looking at these prices, I would not recommend getting the RTX 20 series.
Yeah, might as well just take the leap, right?
Yep. Because even the RTX 3070 is actually half the price of what the 2080 was. And if people try to resell the 2080, it will still probably go higher than the 3070. But here's the thing. the RTX 3070 releases at half the price of the 2080, and it is more than double the performance.
Yeah,
Nearly double the performance of the 2080. So just getting
3070.
Just getting the 3070
Yep.
will outperform 2080.
Wow.
It'd be crazy not to get the latest series. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, just wait until October, get the RTX 3070. Don't even bother with the RTX 20 series, because that is how good it is. Don't even bother going for the 20 series anymore. Just go for the 30 series. Probably one of the biggest leaps in graphics card history.
Oh.
So 30. So what was it? Actually, yeah. So October is 3070, and then September 17, that's 3080. That's the mid range, is it? And then there's. It looks like the 3090 is more than that, is double.
Yeah, that's
price.
the do it everything craziness.
3 times.
But you reckon the 3070 is more than enough, right?
Yeah, that is more than enough to even outperform this current generation's RTX 2080.
Right.
And it's half the price of the 2080.
Wow.
But that's the interesting thing about this as well. There was no RTX 2090. So now the 3080 is a mid-range one, 3070 is the low end, and the 3090 is the highest. So they just added a new spectrum.
Okay.
And as well, a lot of other companies will be getting these graphics cards and putting their own spin on it, especially Asus, EVGA, really good, MSI, a lot of different brands will get their hands on it.
So they call it the Ampere from the screen. It says it's the Ampere.
Yeah, Ampere graphics, correct.
Multi-processor. What does it mean by streaming processor?
So the streaming is, they're actually focusing these graphics cards for streamers as well. And
you mean people who live stream?
For broadcasting purposes.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
So they have set aside several cores just for the streaming, and Nvidia makes it even easier to stream from the computer more than ever. Before, if you have the older graphics cards, to ease the pressure off your computer processing everything, there are a lot of streamers who use streaming from an Xbox or a PS4 through the computer to relieve the pressure of that performance decrease for trying to stream it and process everything on the computer itself.
That sounds like a lot of work.
And these RTX graphics cards could do it all on the computer itself. So you don't have to get an Xbox or a PS4 or a PS5, for that matter, to stream easily. So it could do everything in one go without much of a performance decrease.
Yep. And what's the other thing on the screen? Ray tracing.
Ray tracing was introduced in the 2080 or the 20 series.
Yep. So that's more like rendering, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
So that's a newer type of technology as well. But a lot of displays still cannot see RTX ray tracing too well.
And then there's the graphics
but it's
memory.
graphics based.
GDDR6X, most fastest graphics memory.
Yep. Say from Micron.
Wow.
Yep. And from what we've seen so far, the actual GPU processor is actually from Samsung.
Okay.
Yep, and the what we call the Founders Edition series, or Founders Editions. They are not going to be released in Australia.
What? Founders?
Yeah, the Founders series graphics cards.
Oh,
Meaning it's the first version of the graphics cards that's released. So Australia isn't getting the Founders Edition, so we're just getting the standard editions.
Okay.
But it doesn't really matter too much. Because for what a lot tend to do is they just wait till Asus, MSI, Gigabyte release their own versions of the RTX graphics cards.
okay.
If I went for one, I would go with the Asus one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Asus did actually have their own announcement after Nvidia's, showing their new generation of RTX as well, but it's practically the same thing as this, but they called it Metabuffs.
Metabuffs.
Yeah. So Metabuffs was their Asus's own announcement of the graphics cards. Practically similar to this one, just they showed off their own design of the graphics cards.
So
What that means is they tend to change the fans and the body in some way, but the actual card remains the same.
Okay. Yeah, you would think that for something of this high performance, you need really good way for cooling. Yeah.
Yep.
Fans and all that, right?
But considering the fans that is included in these edition graphics cards as a standard one already seems quite good. But other companies like Gigabyte, Asus, MSI, they will take the graphics cards and try to improve it a bit more. Like, can we overclock it here or there, improve it here or there?
I mean, why do you need to improve anymore, right? Like, beyond what...
Yeah. Well, they still could. Well,
yeah.
But currently, for what it is, they're just changing the body. Like, they're just changing the whole fan structure and everything. Performance-wise, we may or may not see a difference because of how good it is.
Yeah.
But
Man, what really caught my eye is, like, it says 8K streaming and 8K gaming. That's really that's amazing.
Yeah.
Imagine playing games in 8K gaming.
Yeah, we can't even play games in 4K right now. So 8K, like, really? What is Nvidia thinking?
That's a big...
Well, they're probably trying to future-proof for at least a couple of years.
Yep. So even if next year they release a new series, it's probably like that small iterative bump again and again, as we've seen previously. So yeah, the 20 to the 30 series, yes, it's probably one of the biggest bumps we have seen. The last time it bumps really high was probably in the really old series. I think it might have been like the GT 460 to the 5-something series. I could be wrong. But yeah, we haven't seen this big of a jump for a long time.
Yeah, just looking at the specs here, it looks like it's a huge jump. But I just noticed further up, Jeff, if you scroll up, it says AI enhanced broadcasting tool. What does that mean by AI enhanced broadcasting?
Yeah.
Tools? AI enhanced for graphics card.
AI enhanced.
Yeah. So the AI tends to be so it could do more, and the AI could actually say where all of the performance goes when it's needed.
Okay.
So it's actually helpful. Otherwise, it just puts all the performance in one area and forget the other spot where you might actually want processing as well. Okay. So this one will actually help monitor it and make sure everything goes and has enough performance everywhere it needs to be.
Yeah, it's like efficient distribution of the power.
Yeah. So you don't have to
Wow.
worry too much about monitoring your graphics performance because it will do it for you.
I was actually thinking about the your specs of your like CPU, and like what kind of specs are required to be able to support this graphics card, right? GTX 30. Like, is a Core i7 sufficient, for instance?
Well, it could fit into like any CPU bundle as long as the CPU or the motherboard could handle PCI 4.
Oh, PCI 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Motherboard.
Yeah, so it's based off the motherboard. But most can actually still handle it. Even if you have an older PCI, it could still fit in. You just probably won't get the full performance of the graphics.
Mm.
It's a bit like USB, how it's still backwards compatible, but you don't get the full
Yeah, you don't get the full
speed.
performance.
You don't get the full speed.
Yeah. All right. So so I guess your recommendation is to wait till October and get the 3080 series.
Yeah, get the 3070 series.
Oh, 3070.
Because already that one outperforms the 2080 at half the price of the 2080.
Yeah, $499. Well, starting at $499.
Well, these are the US prices, but yeah.
And then I guess for the really hardcore gamer, you might go for the 3090.
The 3090. Well, I think a lot of people would go for the 3090, but they'll be set for a long time.
Yeah. 24 gigabyte.
Yeah. Because the next generation will definitely not be double the performance of the previous generation.
Well, not for a while.
Not the 3090.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we say this is one of the biggest jumps for a long time.
Yeah, it's a quantum leap, eh? Leap.
What were Nvidia thinking? Wow.
Yeah. So no one was expecting this to happen, is it? Like,
well, we have expected the graphics cards to come in, but we weren't expecting the sheer performance of the graphics card.
Right, the jump, yeah.
But I guess it does make sense that they try to one-up the competition of the Xbox Series X and the PS5.
PS5.
I mean, I guess, would you know, like, the specs for the PS5, for instance, or the next-gen Xbox in comparison?
Well, we don't know exactly the performance. We do know the Xbox Series X ones because they have announced it already.
Okay.
But we have already seen tests of the PS5 already.
Yeah.
With the new Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
And the graphics already look really good as is.
Could be another review down the line. PS5.
But then again, those could only run at a maximum of a 4K resolution.
Right, and this is 8K, presumably.
Up to 8K now, like, what the heck? What is Nvidia thinking?
Exactly.
8K.
Beyond this world.
Yep. Yeah, Nvidia, like, just changed the game in this sort of thing. Like, even with broadcasting, like, I use OBS for broadcasting my stuff. Now Nvidia has something just built in so they could broadcast through Nvidia Broadcast. So
just the graphics card, yeah.
Yep. It's a streaming software to actually help stream. So Nvidia actually has it built into the system through software And the graphics cards could actually use that performance to help improve like the gaming performance as well while you're streaming. It's meant to do it all in one go.
While it's streaming. That's a key.
Yeah, while you're streaming. It's an absolutely crazy thing.
Yeah, this is like powerhouse.
Yep.
All right. So I think we've covered what we've wanted to say about the Geforce RTX 30 series.
Yep.
A major leap in graphics card performance. Yeah, looks like we're in for a treat.
Definitely a game changer there.
Game changer, yeah. Like especially for gamers.
Yep, definitely a game changer.
Actually, what kind of gamers would it benefit the most, Jono? More open world gamers, I guess.
It will benefit a lot of gamers who want to use their computer to stream games.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Good point, yeah.
Like yourself, yeah.
Yep. Because I said before, these graphics cards can stream the game plus play the game on the one card at the same time.
Yeah, without breaking a sweat, man.
Yeah.
I didn't think that would happen for another 10 years, but...
Yeah, but considering my setup, my computer could stream, yes, but if I'm playing a game, it will just lag like crazy.
Well, that's why you don't do that, right? You don't stream on your computer.
Well, it's the midpoint, yes.
Yeah.
But to ease the pressure off the processor, I have to run it off the PS4.
PS4.
Yeah.
So the computer can process everything without like overperforming too badly.
And you can stream it on Twitch or something.
Yeah. But the 30 series could do it without a sweat. The 20 series could do it as well, but this one is a big difference again.
Nice.
All right.
But then I have a 1080 series, so.
1080.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so I guess for you, you can go from 1080 all the way up to the 30.
Right.
For 30, effectively the 37 is good enough for me. It will do everything. If I want to stream everything off the computer, play games and stream at the same time,
That's all you
do
need.
it up to 3070.
Yeah. All right. So there you have it.
All right.
If you want to live stream your games, this is the perfect graphics card to get. Well, yeah, the 3070 coming in October.
Yeah.
I guess that's all we've got for tonight. So we've shown you the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold2 and the graphics Nvidia Geforce
30 series.
30 series, yeah.
Yeah.
So let us know your thoughts about what we've said, comments, and as always, please like and subscribe to our channel.
All of our channels, we all have separate channels as well. So Marcus has his unboxing channel, new channel from me. Bernie has started up his YouTube channel as well. And Jeff has a channel with all these random content.
Check it out sometime.
Yep, check out all of our channels. Please like and subscribe.
And I'll see you next time.
Yep.
See you.
Yep.
See you.